Aquarius, hi. So this is going to be a reading for mid-September 2025, and I'll do the reading for you, and then I'll close it off with a oracle card. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. Let's see, Aquarius. What do you got? The overall energy for the reading, the Empress. I feel like this is the energy of someone you care deeply about. Now, starting off the reading, you get the Moon crossed by the Five of Pentacles. Whatever experience you're having, I feel like it's trying to bring out a major fear of abandonment for you. It's kind of under the moon, so I don't know if you're seeing it yet or feeling it or kind of, fully acknowledging that, yeah, this fear is coming up for me. In your focus, the Justice card, balance, I mean, you show up as being balanced, for sure. Or trying to maintain a sense of balance there. In the recent past, the Hierophant, there's a deep connection that shows up there. I'm assuming whoever this is part of that. In your Strength, the Devil. Okay, so you're pretty sharp there in that energy in terms of you're recognizing even your flaws, especially your flaws, and kind of understanding how certain unhealthy patterns can contribute to all sorts of things in here. This is about you recognizing those parts of you that are not necessarily the greatest, but really working through them or just kind of catching yourself when you fall into unhealthy patterns here. So that's good. In the immediate future, the High Priestess, your intuition is popping and strong there. Supporting this reading, the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love here involved in this situation. The energy that surrounds you, and you may not be aware of it, the Three of Swords. There's also a lot of pain here, which I'm not surprised. This, whatever this is bringing up a lot of stuff for you, not only that has to do with this particular experience. Like it's kind of going deep for you and to past experiences where love is kind of interconnected with pain somehow. So this is going to be a very healing experience for you, and I feel like it already is. But yeah, it's bringing up some stuff for you for sure, including this pain that is not from this. Well, it could be, but it's definitely more from your past. In your hopes and fears, the Ace of Wands. I see you got the drive to do something here. I don't know if it's just an energy of, I got plans. I got plans for this, I'm going to take this places or something. Or just that you are actually doing something. We'll see. In the potential outcome, the Three of Wands, there's a little bit of a hold. Like you gotta wait now. Okay. Well, you just started moving. What do you gotta wait for? I don't know. We shall see. But let's see. Let's clarify. Let's do the Empress. The Star, the Eight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. See, you're already starting to be up here a little more than needed. And that's because that fear is starting to creep in. And fear belongs to the mind. So I'm not surprised to see you up here a little more than usual. When it comes especially to this other energy that you're connected to. Okay, let me do the Moon. The King of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Empress. Okay, so you made up your mind. Whatever you see your stability as at this moment in time and moving forward, you want to include whoever this is. And that's shown up pretty clear. And then there's fear on top of that. Let me do the 5 of Pentacles. So it could be that this is a connection to someone and it's evolving, or it's progressing, or it's going to the next step, next level. And that's why these things are coming to the surface for you. Because you're giving me a pretty strong sense of commitment here and, you know, longevity. And then fear shows up over that. Almost like, is it going to last though? For the 5 of Pentacles, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Temperance card, the 10 of Wands. You're also trying to not rush things, or at least that's what you're telling yourself. I feel like the not rushing things, which is not rushing. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. This comes from that fear starting to creep in and take over slowly but surely, and it's pulling you back subconsciously. Because you're telling me on one hand, I'm trying to not rush things. I can see the fear playing in the background while you say that. And then you're saying, as you're saying, I'm trying not to rush things, you're also saying, it's very, very hard. I don't know. It feels like I'm kind of spitting against the wind, though, when I try not to rush things. Because it's not natural. It's not the natural flow of this connection. Because at this moment in time, fear is interfering with the flow. Your fear. So that's why it feels hard. When you say, I'm gonna try not to rush here. Well, it's not about that. Let's do the Justice card in your focus. The 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Wands. Yeah, I don't know. Have you recently started feeling a little heavy here? A little like out of the flow a little bit? Because you're giving me a sense of I've been kind of waiting for a minute for the flow to be restored, for me to feel things organically again here. That they're going at a easy, organic pace. Because this feels hard. For a minute here, it felt a little hard. Okay. Let's do the Hierophant. Whew! In the recent past, the Magician, the Chariot, the 9 of Cups. Yeah, this definitely felt right. You were manifesting this connection. It came through. The universe delivered. Everything was perfect. Everything was fine. Everything aligned perfectly. It still is. It's just you have an interference there that you're not necessarily acknowledging yet for what it is. You will. You will. I trust that you'll spot it. Let's do the Devil in your strength. The Ace of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, the 5 of Swords. It's going to interfere with your sense of committing to this also. So as things are progressing and are kind of going to the next level here, you're going to feel like you're having a little bit of a difficult time committing to this. Truly. And that brings out a pattern of yours. You might have a pattern that's a little unhealthy when it comes to committing. Yeah. These days we call it commitmophobia. Or a little bit of it, at least. I know what you're going to say in there. Who, me? What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? I love committing. But give me something to commit to. You know, something good. Well, yeah. It's this. Well, is it? I don't know. Is it? For the High Priestess in the immediate future, you get the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, the Devil. Don't let your patterns take over, because it's going to fuck with your mind. And it's going to tell you that this is not something to commit to. It's not good. It's not. And I can't tell if it is or not. Based off of the energies, I would say it is. But I can see certain fears, patterns coming to the surface for you. And kind of taking over your mind and the way you view things here. And the way you're going to create something here out of maybe nothing. Because something is what you want it to be. Ultimately. Not what it is, even though it is what it is. Your perception over it is going to make it look like something other than what it is. So either you take something for what it is, or you acknowledge your perception over it and start working with whatever that is that your perception is telling you. You know? So it's a little bit of a mindfuckery here. For you, especially as you're going through this, and for the actual conclusion of this. But, okay. Queen of Cups in the supportive energies, you get the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Okay, you brought in your notebook of taking notes, apparently, here, in terms of what it is that you're open to learning from this experience. And even though initially, because things are already starting to build up under or from the filters of your own patterns, you could be looking at this and initially saying, I got nothing to write in this notebook. But then I kind of see you, even though you're saying, I got nothing to write, aka nothing to learn from this, which you know that's not true. As you say that, you're drawing a heart. You're drawing the element of love. So it's pretty interesting seeing you going through this. Let me do the Three of Swords. For the Three of Swords, for the energy that's hidden, you get the King of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. Interesting. All roads lead back to you and your pain. Because there's pain in those patterns that want to show up. There's pain in that fear. In terms of whenever that fear showed up, fear of abandonment, it brought in pain for you. You stacked it up in a suitcase there and you brought it with you through all of your relationships, all of your experiences. Those patterns the same, you know, of who knows how you view commitment. You would probably think, no, I commit to things 100%. There's something in that energy that tells me, as much as you want to, there's something there that's broken in how you view commitment, so that when it's time for you to commit, you're going to function through that something broken. So all of those things, you throw it in the suitcase, you bring that with you. That's what baggage does. So if you're unwilling to unpack that, you're going to function through all of the filters from that baggage. And you're not necessarily going to take a situation for what it is. You're going to turn it into what your baggage says it should be. So it's like all pointing back to you. And are you willing to open up that baggage? Which at this point is filled with pain. From, you know, all of the conclusion of these energies that have played out through not only this, that's what I'm saying. This is not only from this is from, you know, older stuff that you kept on throwing in that baggage there. So all roads lead back to you. For the Ace of Wands, for your hopes and fears, you get the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Okay, so your intention is that, to take something for what it is, to not filter it through what you threw in your suitcase there. To take something for what it is, to show up for it as sincere and as open as possible. And when you do that, it's beautiful. What's happening here is beautiful. You know, there's a sharing experience of love, passion, good times. For the Three of Wands, in order to do that more and more and to show up really for this, like this, you would have to also work with what's in that suitcase of yours. For the Three of Wands in the potential outcome, you get the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, the Two of Swords. Oh, okay, so that's why everything's coming to a halt, because you're reaching a point of a blockage somewhere when it comes to this situation, to this commitment, to this whatever dynamic this is. You're reaching a kind of a blind spot, kind of a place in which you get stuck in your head and you don't know where to go from there, type of a deal. And that can only happen if you allow for this to take over. And remember, fear is at play right now. Fear is lurking in. And the only way that fear can take over is if you let it from here, if you get stuck up there. So instead of doing that, try to look at the suitcase. Try to look at what this experience is bringing up for you. Even if it's fear. Yeah, look at it straight in its face and see what it's trying to tell you. But don't let it take over. Oh, the universe. Let me see what the universe has. It has a very loud chipmunk. Where are you at, chipmunk? From the universe, you get the Emperor, the Death card, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's either you or your fear. You know, those are the two options you got here. Are you going to function through you, the real you, or your own fear that's taken over you when it comes to this situation? You got a choice to make. Is it going to be me that's showing up tonight for dinner for this, or is it going to be my fear? So, interesting. Let's do the Spirit Animals Oracle. Whew. Speaking of fear, Shark, number 83. Confront obstacles head-on. Symbolizing primal power and determination, the shark leads us on a path to harnessing our inner strength and self-confidence. Its fearsome yet graceful presence inspires us to boldly confront life's obstacles with precision. Hummingbird and stink bug. I haven't seen them in a while. See, you got plenty of animals here. But anyways, that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.